My name is Fern Helfand and I live in Kelowna, BC. And the name of my exhibition is Timber, Lumber, Wood, Home. This exhibition first started when the curator saw this log pile at the Kelowna International Airport. It was on display there in 2018-19. Then we started working together to create an exhibition that was unique for Grand Forks. My first idea when I came to see Tim, the curator, talking about having an exhibition here was that I would like to go and visit the Interfor mill, because in Kelowna my husband actually worked at a mill and I had the opportunity to photograph there, and I became very interested in the industry and the many aspects and controversies surrounding it. But when I came here, my first thought was, would it be fabulous to be able to smell the wood when you walk into the space? So that was the beginning of the idea, to get this stack of dried lumber into the gallery. So now, for me, I really like the comparison between the raw timbers, the lumbers that have been dried and ready to go to market, and the one image of the construction of a new home from the wood of the region. All the photographs in the exhibition, except for the log pile, were either taken at the Interfor mill or on some walks I took around Grand Forks and Greenwood. A lot of this work is very much photo-based, and like the impact of this log piece really depends on the actual photographic technique that I've used. So this image is made up of many different photographs, and if you can see from the side here, these are all separate panels. So there's 10 different panels here, all at different levels. And the perspective of this piece is accentuated so that when you, the viewer, are standing in front of this piece, you feel like you can really look up to the top of that pile of logs and look down. Because when I photographed it, I actually was looking down for some shots, looking up for some shots, looking straight ahead, and then looking in all these different directions. And then I pieced them all together in Photoshop to create this montage that gives you a totally different feeling than if you ever just saw a straight photograph. So it's a very immersive piece. So like when you stand close, it's in your whole peripheral vision, and you really get the feeling, I hope, of being right there with the logs. This work embodies the duplicity of forestry in the interior of BC. While it represents the province's forests as a potentially renewable resource and the lumber industry as a major economic driver and an historical influence that created many of the towns and population in the interior, it also speaks to clear cutting and the loss of the forest due to natural disasters such as forest fires and the recent pine beetle devastation. The piled logs recalled also the transformation of our forest valleys and hills, traditional home to Indigenous peoples, to lands that are being cleared for urban development. And this was especially evident around Kelowna, BC, where I live. To finish off the exhibition, I created this wall-sized projection of changing skies. The sky is here to take you beyond just the images in the exhibition. It's grounded in the boundary area. The horizon line will be very recognizable type of terrain to everyone that lives here. And the skies are ever changing, and we have to continually pay attention to the environment around us, because in one way man can destroy an environment, but on the other hand, nature is way more powerful than we can ever be.